What is up, YouTube? How's everybody out there doing? I hope you guys are having a fabulous freaking day. We have a kind of a cool vehicle on the dyno here. Mustang. Dude, what am I doing with my life? I'm supposed to be tuning GMs. Here I am tuning Mustangs now. How's this even possible? How did this happen? How did this happen? So we actually have a pretty cool car here, and I had to make a video about it because it is kind of cool. So it is a 2019 Ford Mustang Bullitt. Look at that. A freaking Bullitt, guys. Like, that's pretty freaking cool. Got the Recaro seats, the nice Recaro seats in here. And he has some mods done, not very much. Let's shut the door here. And it's in black, which is kind of cool. And it has, look at this, look at this. Look at this. Look at the Mustang on the ground. Look at that. Look at that. Kind of not dark in the shop, so. Pretty simple. Spark plugs, JLT colder intake, long tube headers, basic mods, full exhaust system, very basic mods. So we did a initial pull on this car. I didn't record it, so I do apologize for that. But we did an initial pull on this car with no tune in it whatsoever, like none whatsoever, just to get some good base numbers. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this thing's doing pretty good, guys. So I'm gonna show you the dyno right now. There you go. 439.77 horsepower at 6,300 RPM, 414.86 foot-pounds of torque at 4,700 RPM. And as you can see, running a little rich above 5 grand. We're about, let's see here, looks like 0.82 lambda, but 12.1 air fuel ratio, 12.3, 11.7, 11.8, 11.8. So very, very rich in lambda and air fuel ratio. And these are tuned in lambda. It's kind of a weird scenario, but that's how you adjust these things. You adjust the lambda. But we probably can go a little bit leaner. I'm going to say 0.87 lambda, which is going to be about 12.7 to 12.8 air fuel ratio. I'd like to go to 13.0 air fuel ratio. We are reading the air fuel from the pipe here, so we're going to see what happens. It's pushing about 24 degrees of ignition timing right now, and the torque tables are right in line with what this is currently putting down. So we're going to go in there. We're probably going to raise up the torque tables a little bit and do some other little modifications and see how things go. There's a bunch of things we got to turn off to make another pass. I'm going to turn some things off to start the tuning process of a Ford Mustang, and then we're going to do another plain pass with no other tune in it other than that, see if things change, and then start tuning this thing, see what it makes. So hope you guys are excited. If you need any tuning work, Gentek Performance in Reading, PA, come check us out. Build, tuning, fabrication, powder coating, whatever you need. First link in the description below, guys. So let's get this ball rolling and see what we can put down. Maybe 460, maybe. We'll see. Pull there wasn't a tune pull or anything. It was basically a pull that I turned some sensors off that you really should turn off in these Mustangs before you start actually like tuning them. So I wanted to turn these sensors off to get a solid pull back to back between those sensors being on and those sensors being off. And basically 439 horsepower and 419 foot-pounds of torque. So it made a little bit more foot-pound of torque, not that much of a difference. Air fuel basically stayed almost the same, you know, which is cool. So now we're gonna start the tuning process. So we should see, what I'm reading is maybe another 20 horsepower. These Bullitt Mustangs and Mach 1s are pretty let go from the factory already, with a lot of torque management being taken off and turned off from the factory. So I'm not expecting big gains, but we should see some gains. We should see some gains. So let's get to work, guys, and tune this 2019 Mustang. Freaking loud. Did I break the freaking camera? I don't know. So made a little bit of progress. It made a little bit more horsepower, and all I did was adjust air fuel a little bit to lean it out. It's at 12.5 right now, above 5,500 RPM. So let me show you. It's actually doing pretty good. So it did pick up power. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean it out a little bit more, maybe 12.8, see if we can pick up some more power. But it made 442 at 6,300 RPM, so it made more horsepower sooner. It picked up another 2 foot-pounds of torque, 1 foot-pounds of torque, about the same RPM. So not too shabby. We haven't even really messed around with some of the torque tables as well. I'm just getting data right now, adjusting air fuel. So once my air fuel is where I see it's, you know, doing pretty good and making decent power, then we'll move on to some of the torque tables. There's a slew of torque tables that are in this vehicle that help adjust things and allow more power and torque to come through. So we're gonna mess with those. That'll be fun. But yeah, it's 76 degrees in the dining room right now, as you guys can plainly see right there. 77 degrees almost. Humidity's at 44%, so it's feeling pretty good here in the dining room. I'm pretty excited. It's putting down a lot of torque, a lot more torque than I anticipated to put down. But it's usually I see these at like 390 torque. I usually get about 400 foot-pounds of torque out of it, but this thing's making 420 foot-pounds of torque with the modifications done and a little bit of a tune. So we're gonna keep rolling through, see if we can gain some more power. There's the boss. There he is, right there. There he is. I made some little adjustments to some cam timing. It didn't like that. Air fuel's looking a whole lot better. We are right on target with air fuel ratio. Let me pull up the last one here. So air fuel ratio is literally right where it needs to be. 12.8, 12.9, 12.9, 12.8. Like, it's perfect. Like, that's perfect air fuel. It lost a lot of power. And I know why it lost a lot of power, and it lost it down low. So, for example, made 442 at 6,400 RPM, 425 at 61, and it made less torque as well. And I'll tell you why. It has nothing to do with the air fuel ratio or anything of that nature. I made some, I made a little bit of a change to the cam timing on these cars. If you adjust the intake cam timing and the exhaust cam timing a little bit, sometimes you can pull out a little bit more power from these Mustangs. But this one did not like it, so we're reverting back to that. Air fuel is perfect, so we're gonna leave air fuel alone. I'm very, very happy with air fuel right now. So we're gonna start working on spark timing and torque tables to see if we can gain some of that horsepower, or gain a little bit more horsepower back, and let this thing cool down a little bit as well, because she is getting toasty hot, and horsepower does not like heat. So keep that in mind, guys. So yeah, you know, you gotta experiment sometimes and see what each vehicle's gonna like. But at this point, knowing that I adjusted the timing for the camshafts one way and it didn't like it, I could possibly go back the other way, but it's back to stock now, and we're gonna work off of that as of right now. Looks like those timing setups are just fine. So we're not gonna touch them anymore. Lesson learned on that one, guys. But you gotta find out. You gotta you got to experiment a little bit and see what the car wants to, and what it doesn't want, what it does want, stuff of that nature. And we know it don't want that, so we went back to the other one. So yeah, let's keep tuning, man. We got some more to go. Came back up again. It was 420 torque, which I think is all we're going to get out of this thing, to be honest. 435 horsepower at 6,000 RPM. Our second highest was that's not it. Hold on. It was 3 and this one here. So it's with 442 at 6,400 RPM. But it made 435, so it made a little bit less horsepower, but it made it a lot sooner as well. And that could be contributing to just the fact that the engine is hot. I've been kind of beating the hell out of this thing. Let's close the door here. Kind of beating the hell out of this thing. But air fuel, as you can see, air fuel is a lot better. A lot better. So I'm going to stick to that 12.7. It's a very safe air fuel ratio. I don't think I'm going to change it. I think I'm just going to let that air fuel ride. I don't want to go too lean. I know I can, but we tune things to be safe here, not dangerous. So we want to make sure this guy has good horsepower numbers, but at the same time it's very safe to beat the living piss out of this thing on the street and not have any issues. So we're going to let it cool down. I'm going to go take lunch and come back. Hopefully the engine's nice and cooled down. We'll probably do a final run, maybe add some more timing, because I did add a little bit of timing to that last pass, but it's still adding timing as well. So maybe we'll play around some spark timing, see what happens, see what we can grab out of this. This thing's all about, but she must like it rich. She must like it rich, because I richened her back up to like 12. Let me look at it. Literally 12:2 air fuel ratio, and she made more power. I don't get it. I don't get it. Hold on a minute. Let me find. Yeah, so I richened her back up again. So on the 12.6, I'll just show you. So it made 442, 420 on the red line here, and I was a little bit leaner. I richened it back up to right here. I mean, let's just, I mean, you can see a difference in everything, like more torque, more horsepower. Made 447, 425, guys. Like, that's crazy. Maybe these Mustangs just naturally like to run rich. That's the only thing I can like chop this down to. Usually you like to see a 12.8 to 12.9 air fuel ratio. These cars just for some reason like it rich. The temperature's about the same. 70. It's actually hotter, 79 degrees here inside the dining room, as opposed to that run where it was a little bit leaner and it made 442. So let's go back to the very first run that we did. So number one, yeah, I mean, there it is. I mean, we definitely leaned it out a little bit more. It was 12.0 before, but you can see the pickup. It almost made 10 more horsepower at a higher RPM and 10 more foot-pounds of torque, 11 more foot-pounds of torque across the entire board on this thing. That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. That's weird, guys. We're gonna keep working, see if we can pick up a few more ponies, but I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Guys, whew. What a we're actually turning on the LTFTs again on this tune. We're done with the car. It's made some decent horsepower on top of the mods. I've heard these things come in at like 420 or something wheel, 430 wheel or something like that. Let's see here. Oh, long day, buddy, long day. So it made 439 on the first pull, 414 torque. Oh, hold on. Expand. 1001, 1002, 1003. Expand. K-band. Oh, shut up. Okay. So, first pull, 439, 77, and 414. And the highest pull of the day, or yesterday, technically speaking, was 447 and 425. So it definitely picked up a lot, just adjusting air, fuel, and stuff of that nature. Now, that was yesterday, and today, we did a couple pulls. I did some air fuel tuning on idle and cruising, but the highest pull today was the very first pull, which is number 10 here. Temperature went from 70, hold on a minute everybody. Temperature went from 77 degrees to 81 degrees. So the temperature is a little bit hotter today, but it did put down 449, but it also put down a little less torque, made 409 torque, and that could just be contributed to the day possibly. Air fuel pretty much stayed within line with each other. So yeah, not bad, not bad. A cooler day, this thing would probably make some decent horsepower on a cool day. But yeah, guys, not bad. 450 basically at the wheels, and I would say 425 torque at the wheels on this Mustang with just bolt-ons basically, just simple bolt-ons in this beautiful Bullitt. I've been dealing with Mustangs a lot. I'm a little tired, as you can tell, and it's another day of Mustang. So if you need any tuning done or work done, come see us at Gentek Performance, Reading, Pennsylvania. Link in the description below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm tired. I want to go home. It's been a long day. Deuces.